I get invited back to Joey Drew Studios by my old pal Joey, saying he has something to show me. But upon arrival, it seems like something's not right. With a mysterious ink machine creating all sorts of abominations, can I find the secrets of the studio and survive the ink demons that live inside? I completed all 61 achievements, and welcome to Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Alright, Joey. I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
As I enter the studio, it's definitely seen better days. What happened here? I take a look around the entrance to see that everything's abandoned. I walk into the hallway to see a can of soup hanging out of a cupboard. I grab it and keep moving. I see "Dreams Come True" written on the wall in ink, and the ink leaking through the ceiling. I walk down the hallway and towards the ink machine, but it looks like I need cells to use the lift. I grab one of the cells off the shelf and open the lockbox on the ground to find another cell inside. I place the cells into the generator and pull the switch.
Let's see what you're hiding down there, old friend.
The chains move and the machine rises from the darkness. Let's see if I can get this thing working. I walk back down the hallway and see a door slightly opened on my left. I decide to open it and go inside. I walk down the stairs and look around the room. I see a closed door. I look inside to see more cans of soup sitting in the corner on the shelf. I continue looking around the room, but the hallway is blocked by debris, planks of timber and cobwebs. I leave back up the stairs and keep exploring the studio. As I'm walking, a piece of the ceiling falls down, landing on the floor. Lucky I wasn't under there. I finally find the ink machine's main power, but I see a warning light flashing low pressure, and there are 6 pedestals with pictures behind them. Maybe I need those items to get the pressure up? I walk back out the room and I'm surprised by a Bendy cutout in the middle of the hallway. I walk around the Bendy cutout and see, what is that? I walk over to see a wrench wedged in the ribcage of a body strapped standing up.
Oh my god. Joey, what were you doing?
And "Who's Laughing Now" written on the wall. I grab the wrench from the body and walk out the door to my left. I walk through the room and a door that leads me back out to the hallways. I walk right and find a cassette player on the side table. I press play and listen to what's on the tape.
At this point, I don't get what Joey's plan is for this company. The animations sure aren't being finished on time anymore, and I simply don't see why we need this machine. It's noisy, it's messy, and who needs that much ink anyway? Also, get this. Joey had each one of us donate something from our workstation. We put them on these little pedestals in the break room to help appease the gods, Joey says. Keep things going. I think he's lost his mind. But hey, he writes the checks. But I tell you what, if one more of these pipes burst, I'm out of here.
I keep walking down the hallways and into a small viewing room where I find a Bendy doll and a soup can lodged underneath the projector. There are more cans on the top shelf, and I find a valve for the ink pressure, but it doesn't move an inch. I leave back out to the hallways looking for more items. I try opening some more doors and all I find is soup. But then I come across a door with the vinyl sitting on the floor beside a table, and some soup on a shelf, and an old radio.
Achievement unlocked.
I walk back to the entrance and check the left side of the building.
Looks like they knocked out a wall or two after I left. Guess it took a few people to replace me.
I find an ink pot underneath a work desk and continue my search for the other items. I remember seeing a bunch of books on that table in that first room I explored. I make my way back to the first room I explored and find the books on the table. I also remember seeing a cog in the chest I opened with the battery cell. I go back to the chest and there it is.
Okay, that's all of them.
Now that I have all the items, I go back to the ink machine's main power machine and place all the items on the pedestals. And as each item is placed on the pedestals, it creates more pressure for the machine.
Now I just need to get the ink
Achievement
flowing somehow.
unlocked.
Should be a switch around here somewhere. Then I can start up the main power.
I go back to the valve I found earlier and give it a turn, but as I enter the room, the projector turns on by itself. I turn the valve and the room starts to fill with ink. One of those pipes has a leak. I quickly get back to the main power and pull the lever. And it looks like it's working. As I make my way back to the ink machine, I see a flickering light from a candle from the room where I picked up the wrench. I go back and have a quick look and see something out the corner of my eye. I go look at the poster on the wall, and as I touch it, I walk through the wall. I don't know what this is, but I think it's time to get back to the ink machine.
Unlocked.
As I get back to the machine, it's blocked off. I get closer when... What was that? I turn around and run for my life, down the hallways, ink everywhere filling up the floor. I see the exit door. I run towards it when I fall through the floor. I get back up and get to the valve and turn it and the ink disappears. I walk over to the cassette player and play it, listening to what's on it.
Achievement unlocked. I have no idea where I am, so I follow the openings until I get to another valve. I turn it, and again the ink disappears and lowers. I keep going down further into the ink to find another valve that allows me to drain more ink and open the door. The path leads me into a room where I find an axe on the bench, and the creator lied to us written on the wall.
Definitely come in handy.
I use the axe to break through the timber blocking the doorway. And as I enter the room, I see candles lit in a circle. I run inside with my axe and pick up the soup can in the corner while the room starts to shake.
Unlocked.
I see flashes of images and everything goes dark.
Oh, my head. What happened?
I pick myself up off the floor. I grab the axe leaning on the coffin and break through the blocked door.
One thing to do. Press on. See if I can find a way out.
I walk down the stairs and nearly get hit by falling debris from the ceiling. I continue through to find soup on a shelf and a cassette player to my right.
How did this place get so big?
It appears
from the shadows to rain his sweet blessings upon me. The figure of ink that shines in the darkness. I see you, my savior. I pray you hear me. Those old songs, yes, I still sing them. For I know you are coming to save me, and I will be swept into your final loving embrace. But love requires sacrifice. Can I get an amen?
I said,
I see some power boxes on the wall, but they're locked. I continue through the hallways and trudge through the ink-filled corridor when I see a man pass by the door holding a Bendy cutout.
Rest your head. It's time for bed.
I turn to the corner and it's a dead end. Where'd he go?
You'll be dead.
I take all the soup cans and I see a blinking switch to my right. I see the main power switch.
I need to get power to this gate somehow. Should be a couple switches nearby. Then maybe I can open it.
I go back and turn all the switches on and then head back to the main power switch. I activate it and the gate raises. I break the timber blocking the door and walk into the room.
It's really dark in here.
I see another cassette player on the wall and go and listen to it.
So first, Joey installs this ink machine over our heads. Then it begins to leak. 3 times last month we couldn't even get out of our department because the ink had flooded the stairwell. Joey's solution? An ink pump to drain it periodically. Now I have this ugly pump switch right in my office. People in and out all day. Thanks, Joey. Just what I needed. More distractions. These stupid cartoon songs don't write themselves, you know?
I try to go down the stairs, but the stairwell is flooded with ink.
Get out of here. I'll need to find a way to drain it.
I try the switch on the wall, and the lights turn on behind me. I walk into the room and see a massive blob of ink land on the floor. I walk over to it, and an ink monster jumps out of it and starts attacking me. I use my axe and more appear. I defend myself with the axe until they stop appearing. I walk up the stairs and turn on the projector and listen to the tape inside the cassette player.
Every day the same strange thing happens. I'll be up here in my booth, the band will be swinging, and suddenly Sammy Lawrence just comes marching in and shuts the whole thing down. Tells us all to wait in the hall. Then I hear him. He starts up my projector and he dashes from the projection booth and down to the recording studio like the little devil himself is chasing behind. A few seconds later, projector turns on. But Sammy, oh no, he don't come out for a long time. This man is weird. Crazy weird. I've got half a mind to talk to Mr. Drew about all this, I really do. But then again, I have to admit, Mr. Drew's got his own peculiarities.
I turn back around and head down to the recording studio to have a quick look. Then I decide to go down the hallway before the studio. I open the first door on my right and I see an old pipe organ in the back. I go over and push the keys and it still works.
Achievement unlocked.
Back in the hallway I see a leaking pipe and I check another door to find a soup can on the desk. I head to the leaking pipe to see another cassette player and I listen to the tape.
My dustpan from the hall closet the other day, and guess what? I can't find my stupid keys. It's like they disappeared into thin air or something. All I can think of is that they must have fallen in one of the garbage cans when I was making my rounds last week. I just hope nobody tells Sammy, because if he finds out I lost my keys again, I'm out of here.
I check the last door I can open, and and it's a closet, and inside there's a bunch of soup and yet another cassette player.
Every artistic person needs a sanctuary. Joey Drew has his, and I've got mine. To enter, you need only know my favorite song. The banjo playfully plucks. The piano delicately calls. The bass fiddle sings with deep articulation. The violin shudders with a piercing voice. Sing my song, and my sanctuary will open to you.
The tape said something about a song, so I go back into the recording studio to have a good look around.
I know there's something I've got to do in here, but I feel like I'm missing something.
I find another cassette player in the corner of the room and musical instruments everywhere.
It may only be my second month working for Joey Drew, but I can already tell I'm gonna love it here. People really seem to enjoy my Alice Angel voice. Sammy says she may be as popular as Bendy someday. These past few weeks, I voiced everything from talking chairs to dancing chickens, but this is the first character I've really felt a connection with. She's a part of me. Alice and I, we're going places.
I get the projector going and start recording the song that was on the player in the closet, and success.
Achievement unlocked.
The shutter opens and I walk inside to see the flow valve. I turn the valve and walk back into the studio when I'm attacked by more ink monsters. I chop them all down with my axe and go down the stairs to the infirmary.
Oh no, there's no valve. Where did it go?
I pull the utility access switch, but the valve is missing on the pipe. I see another set of stairs that leads further down into the utility area. I walk through the ink-filled tunnel and I see an ink monster holding a valve. I get closer to it and it disappears. I chop through the planks of wood blocking the way and continue down the tunnel to find a small room with soup and a cassette player.
I love the quiet,
Achievement unlocked.
and that's hard to come by in these busy times. And yeah, sure, it may stink to high heaven down here, but it's just perfect for an old lyricist like me. Sammy's songs always got some bounce, but if I didn't get away once in a while, they'd never have any words to go with them. So I'll keep my mind to singing and my nose closed.
I keep walking to find two machines and the ink monster with the valve I need. I look around to see two switches on the machines. I use one of them and it lifts up a box. I start walking to the monster and he disappears under the ink. I turn and use the other switch and the box comes down, crashing the monster, leaving the valve behind. I pick up the valve and go back to place it on the pipe and turn it.
Nice. Okay, that should do it.
Then I go to Sammy's office where the door is now unlocked and inside is the pump control lever that I pull and an old radio I turn on.
Achievement unlocked.
As I head back to the ink-filled staircase, I see a violin in the corner of the second room. I go over to see if I can grab it, and I go through the wall, and there's that guy again.
What the heck is this?
Achievement unlocked.
I head back to the staircase when I'm hit and everything goes dark.
Rest your head. It's time for bed. There we go now, nice and tight. our sheep roaming away now, would we? No, we wouldn't. I must admit, I am honored you came all the way down here to visit me. It almost makes what I'm about to do seem cruel. But the believers must honor their savior. I must have him notice me. Wait, you look familiar to me. That face. Not now, for our Lord is calling to us, my little sheep. The time of sacrifice is at hand. And then I will finally be freed from this prison, this inky, dark abyss I call a body. Shh. Quiet. Listen. I can hear him crawling above. Crawling. Let us begin. The ritual must be completed. Soon he will hear me. He will set us free.
Hear me, Bendy. Arise from the darkness. Arise and claim my offering. Free me, I beg you. I summon you, ink demon. Show your face and take this tender sheep. No, my lord, stay back. I am your prophet. I am your...
I free myself and grab the axe and chop my way through the ink monsters and make a run for it. Through the hallway, full of blockages as I get through and I see that ink demon. I head back the other way running for my life, the walls covering itself in ink. I find a room and run into it and the door shuts behind me. I grab the soup and wait to see if I'm safe.
Unlocked.
And it looks like I am for now.
Achievement unlocked.
I open the door and head to the lifts when...
Hello? Someone there? I know you're in here. Come out and show yourself. Boris?
I wake up and look around, and then decide to go find Boris. I find him sitting at a table. I see the lever to open the door is missing, so I go talk to Boris, but he wants to be fed first.
Boris probably has it. Hey buddy, you seen that lever handle around? Or are you holding it hostage until I make you something to eat? I thought so. Let's see what we got.
So I go look for some soup. I find one sitting on a barrel, the next one on the shelf, and the last in the storage crate in the room I woke up in. Maybe he might want that bone after too. I go heat up the soup for Boris.
Here you go.
And after he gives me the lever, I go open the door, but quickly go back to grab that bone and a soup can in the toilet. I find Boris waiting for me and I give him the
See
bone.
what's out there. Don't wander off.
Achievement unlocked.
I pick up the cans off the ground and follow the hallway around to find a light so we can see in the dark.
Up ahead. Let's find some light.
I shine the light for Boris through the dark hallways until we reach a closed door.
Keep the light near you so you don't get lost. Another dead end. I don't see any other way through. You got any ideas, Boris?
Boris goes through a hatch and opens the door for us and I enter. It opens up to a massive room with a heavenly toy sign above.
Wow. I don't remember any of this.
Achievement unlocked.
I make my way around and up the stairs.
Another day, another dollar.
And enter the room with toys and heavy machinery. I see if I can get these machines working so I can get through the door.
Why is there always something blocking the door? Gotta be a way through.
I find a cassette player and listen.
I don't be seeing what the big deal is. So what if I went and painted some of those Bendy dolls with a crooked smile? That's sure no reason for Mr. Drew to be flying off the handle at me. And if he really wants to be so helpful, he could be telling me what I'm to be doing with this warehouse I got full of that angel whatchamacallit. Not a scrap of that mess be selling. They probably have to melt it all down to be rid of it all.
I take a closer look at the machines, and it seems like there are toys stuck in the moving parts. I follow the cable and pull the lever and it sends power to the machines. Then I go and dislodge the toys from the machinery and pull the switch. The rack moves and I go through the door. The room goes dark, and as I walk towards the glass, I hear a voice. A light shines behind the glass, and as I go a look inside, the lights go out and I can hear her talking.
I see you there. A new fly in my endless web. Come along now. Let's see if you're worthy to walk with angels.
The lights turn back on and she's gone, and the glass is broken. I follow the hallway until I reach a sign, and I have to make a decision. I decide to go left, and it leads me into a room with the floor covered in ink and a cassette player sitting on a chair.
There's nothing wrong with dreaming. Wishing for the impossible is just human nature. That's how I got started. Just a pencil and a dream. We all want everything, without even having to lift a finger. They say you just have to believe.
push forward and open the door and walk down the long hallways until I get to a door. I open the door and walk in, and a Bendy cutout jumps out and disappears again. I go around the corner and I find Boris.
Oh, you scared me to death. Don't suppose you found anything we can use to protect ourselves with.
I take the pipe from Boris and open the door, and it looks like this is where the toys were kept. I go and squeeze a few toys,
Achievement unlocked.
and then I find the door release.
Looks like to open this, we're going to need to throw 2 levers at once. You get this one. I'll find the other.
With Boris in position, I go look for the other lever. I turn into a hallway to find another cassette player.
Alright, let's go over this again. If the pressure goes over 45, I screw the safety bolt in tighter, right?
No, for the last time you do that, you blow every pipe in this place. If it reaches 45, you unhook the safety switch.
You sure? You know, this sounds harder than comparing earwax to beeswax.
Look, it's not that difficult. Just keep an eye on the gauge.
Look, pal, if you think I'm doing my job and yours, I'm out of here.
After searching for a bit, I see the lever. I walk towards it when I'm attacked by some creature. I hit it with my wrench and it finally goes down. It turns into ink and disappears into the floor. I go pull the lever and get back to Boris, who is waiting in front of the open door. I walk behind him, grabbing some soup off the table, and follow him around down the stairs to an elevator. I get inside and the doors close and we hear Alice Angel's voice over the speaker.
I have to say, I'm an instant fan. Looks like you've got a date with an angel. Come to me now. Level 9. Just follow the screams. Come on, step out of your cage. There's a whole twisted world out here.
We get out and I find a cassette player in the corner.
These blasted elevators. Sometimes they open, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they come, sometimes they keep on going to hell and back. I keep telling these people, if Mr. Joey Drew keeps cutting corners like this, someone's sure to end up falling to their death. And it sure ain't gonna be me. I'm taking the stairs.
I follow Boris up the stairs to a door. It opens and Boris runs in. I slowly follow behind and it leads into a room with a bunch of Boris lookalikes and creature-looking people strapped down and their lives taken.
Look around. It took so many of them to make me so beautiful. Anything less than perfect was left behind. I had to do it. She made me.
As I walk on the planks, I find a cassette player.
Who would have thought? Me having lunch with Joey Drew. Apparently times are tougher than I thought. For a moment there, I thought I'd be stuck with the check. But I gotta say, he wasn't at all what I expected. Quite the charmer. He even called me Alice. I liked it.
I keep going to find a viewing room with Alice Angel on the other side.
Now we come to the question. Do I kill you? Do I tear you apart to my heart's delight? The choices of the beautiful are unbearable. How's a girl to choose? Take this little freak, for instance. He crawled in here, trailing his tainted ink to my door. It could have touched me. It could have pulled me back.
Do you know what it's like? Living in the dark puddles?
It's a buzzing, screaming well of voices.
Bits of your mind swimming like fish in a bowl.
The first time I was born from its inky womb, I was a wiggling, pulsing, shapeless slug. The second time, well,
it made me an angel. I will not let the demon touch me again. I'm so close now. So almost perfect.
Yes, I will spare you. For now. Better yet, I'll even let you ascend and leave this place. If you will do a few eensy-weensy little favors for me first. Return to the lift, my little errand boy. We have work to do.
I turn around and get back to the main area with the elevator, but the gate shuts, trapping me.
Are hungry. Gather me some spare parts.
And it looks like I'm doing her dirty work now. I take the wrench and get to the elevator and go to level K.
There are so few rules to our world now. So little truths. But there is one rule we all know and respect down here. Beware the ink demon. Stay out in the open for too long and he will find you. For if you see him, you'd better hide. If you don't, well, I enjoyed our date. Now, let us begin our work. Have you met him? The ink demon. They say he hears everything. Every creak of the floor. Every rustle of paper. I wouldn't run so fast if I were you. You never know what will draw him in.
I whack a few monsters and grab the gear part it was holding and start looking for the others.
One down.
Every step I take, it seems like a creature is waiting to attack me. I find 2 gear parts, both in switch boxes in the toy room.
Achievement unlocked.
Return them to me. And try not to die on the way back.
And I have enough for Alice and head back to the elevator and drop them off in the collector.
Have you seen them? The swollen ones. They're just stuffed full of extra thick ink. It makes me sick. And yet, it's the perfect thing for keeping myself together. If you're gonna catch them, you'll have to learn to move quietly. Come back to my door. I have something that you'll need.
This time I take the syringe and get back to the elevator and head to level 11. I step out looking for 3 thick ink monsters. I open the door to my right and there's an ink monster. I stab it with the syringe, but no sample. As I back out, I see another creature coming towards me. I syringe it and it leaves a sample behind. I pick it up and go back into the stairwell and look around to find an old radio.
Achievement unlocked.
Then I hear something outside the door. Another ink monster appears and I syringe him and he drops another sample. I walk down the hallway and onto the ink covered floor, and as I turn the corner I see an ink monster and something I haven't seen before. The ink monster in front of me moves into the room, and I see a cassette player on the barrel.
Everyone's walking around here like Grandma just died. Nothing but angry faces everywhere. These people gotta lighten up. I mean, hello, you make cartoons. Your job is to make people laugh. I'm telling you, if these people don't start cracking a smile every now and then.
I open the door, and there it is. I syringe it, and it has the last sample. I go into the room and collect the soup can, and the other creature had vanished into thin air.
The task is done. Bring me back my equipment, please.
I make my way back to the elevator and drop off the samples.
And she was beautiful and loved by all. She was perfect, no matter what Joey says. I'll make this simple. Look for valve panels. Turn the little wheels. Then bring me their power cores. Please don't make me regret sparing you. I can always change my mind.
This time she gives me a plunger, and I go to level P to look for the power cores. I'm immediately met with a creature upon exiting the elevator. And the plunger sucks. It dies, and I pick up the core. I walk around finding soup and trying to solve these valve puzzles on the walls. I manage to solve all the puzzles and collect the cores and get back and drop them off.
You see those grinning demons? Let's remove them, shall we? I've got just the tool to make this even more enjoyable.
She gives me an axe this time to destroy the bendy cutouts on level K. I climb up the stairs, but I see a door boarded up. I go over and chop the timber in half and open the door and kill the ink monster waiting inside. I listen to the tape, then make my way to level K.
The real problem with Mr. Drew is that he never actually tells us little people anything. Oh, sure. According to him, there's always big stuff coming. Adventure and fame and the like. But I'm the guy, see, who has to make sure our budgets don't go all out of whack just because genius upstairs went out and got himself another idea. Speaking of which, this is top secret. Apparently Mr. Drew has another large project in mind now. And it ain't gonna be cheap.
Straight away, I find one behind the stairs and I start looking for more. I find a few in the toy area, and as I make my way back through the hallways, I find a few more. I get to the main area where the Heavenly Toys sign is, and I see the ink demon walking towards me. I turn around and head back, watching from afar, waiting for the ink demon to disappear. It eventually does, and I go back and destroy the cutouts.
Achievement unlocked.
Oh, but I forgot to mention. He hates it when I do that. I would hide if I were you.
I quickly hide, and I can see the ink demon coming right at me. I wait, holding my breath that he doesn't find me. It walks past and I wait until the coast is clear and get back to the elevator. I drop off the axe and listen to Alice.
The disgusting wretches that wander my halls have gone unchecked. They're trying to drag me back to the darkness. Don't they take your angel? Curse and whack my spine! Smash them into puddles! Kill them!
The butcher gang starts to appear and I defend myself, taking care of all of them with my trusty pipe.
So quiet, like a welcoming grave. I like the silence, don't you?
Achievement unlocked.
Oh, I hate leaving work unfinished. Fortunately, I have you to pick up the pieces. But you'll have to go even deeper. Down, down, down into the abyss. Take the lift down. Say hello to an old friend. Sending you a little present. A little firepower. Take good care of it. It belonged to someone very special.
She gives me a Tommy gun, that's what I'm talking about.
Unlocked.
I get to the elevator and I descend into the depths of level 14. I'm here to collect 5 ink hearts. That should be easy with a Tommy gun, right? The first one is waiting for me right in front, and as I pick it up I hear a loud roar. What was that? I walk down the stairs to see the projectionist patrolling the ink floor.
There he is. The projectionist. Skulking in the darkness. You be sure to stay out of his light. If you don't want trouble, just bring me back the pieces I want.
I decide to kill him straight up. I unload a full clip into it and it dies.
Achievement unlocked.
Well, that was easy. I go back and play the tape that's sitting on the crate.
No, I'm not looking for trouble. It's just the nature of us projectionists to seek out the dark places. You see, I've learned the ins and outs of this here studio. I know how to avoid being bothered by the likes of this company. That projectionist, they always say, creeping around. He's just looking for trouble. Well, trouble or not, I sees everything. They don't even know when I'm watching. Even when I'm right behind them.
After I go into the dark hallway maze looking for the hearts, I find the other 4 in here laying about. But before I leave, I go look outside to find a valve that I can turn. I don't know what it does, but it did something. I go back to the elevator, but I go to level K to work my way down the stairwell since I haven't checked in there yet. I make my way down collecting can after can of soup and reach the bottom of the stairs where there is a hallway that leads into a room with a cassette tape on the table.
Only 2 weeks into this
Achievement
company,
unlocked.
already it's gotten interesting. Joey is a man of ideas. And only ideas. When I agreed to start this whole thing with him, I thought there'd be a little more give and take. Instead, I give, and he takes. I haven't even seen Linda for days now. Still, someone has to make this happen. When in doubt, just keep drawing.
I go explore the other areas to see if I've missed anything. I find that hidden guy on level P behind a wall.
Achievement unlocked.
Then I go back to Alice and drop off the hearts.
It seems we've reached the end of my to-do list, my little errand boy. I hope you enjoyed our time together. I'll always treasure it. Return to the lift. It's time to go home.
I return to the elevator and head back to the surface.
Have you ever wondered what heaven is like? I like to dream that it's quite beautiful. A soft valley of green grass, blanketed by a warm sun. I don't think I'll ever get to see it. Are you ready to ascend, my little errand boy? The heavens are waiting.
Did you really think I'd let you steal from me? Really think I just let you go? No, Henry. I know who you are, and I know why you're here. And you will not stop what needs to be done. Now come down and bring me back my forest! It's the most perfect forest I've ever seen, and I want it! I need it inside, so I can be beautiful again! Don't you understand? Don't you get it? Give him to me! Yes! I'll take him! You're dead!
Achievement unlocked.
I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
I wake up on level S after the elevator crash. I was lucky to survive, but where's Boris? I look around to see a can of soup, but no Boris. I walk down the hallway and walk into the archives, but the door is shut and it's missing a turn wheel.
Definitely something missing here.
I turn back around and go look at the other direction to find two doors. I open the right door to find a cassette player and a turn wheel. I try the other door, but it's locked. I go place the turn wheel on the archives door and it opens, but I wonder if opening this door has unlocked the other door. I go check and it did. Inside I find soup in the trash can and that weird man behind a wall.
What the heck is this?
Achievement unlocked.
I enter the archives and the light turns on and the music starts to play. I walk around the archives to see a door with a sign that says private and globes above it. I see a book slightly sticking out, so I push the book and one of the globes light up above the door.
So that's how it works.
I go looking around the archives and find two more books sticking out. And as I push the third one, a loud noise overcomes me and the lights start to spin. I quickly find the next book and it stops. I go listen to the cassette player on the table.
They told me I was perfect for the role. Absolutely perfect. Now Joey's going around saying things behind closed doors. I can always tell. Now he wants to meet again tomorrow. Says he has an opportunity for me. I'll hear him out. But if that smooth talker thinks he can double-cross an angel and get away with it, well, oh, he's got another thing coming. Alice? Ooh, she doesn't like liars.
And find the last book above the table and a soup can right next to it. I go to the door and it opens. I enter to see the cable cart and a dispenser, but the cart machine needs a cog, and the dispenser needs something to give me the items on the selector. I keep following the path and it takes me to a closed cylinder. I grab the soup can and then pull the lever and it slowly opens and there's ink inside. I turn the valve and an ink monster raises from the pool of ink with a thick ink blob on its back. I grab the blob and take it to the machine and try to place it in there and it works. I turn the handle and it spits out a radio.
Achievement unlocked.
I go back and turn the valve again and grab another ink blob and change the selector to the cog and create it. I place the cog on the machine and pull the lever and it works. The cart slowly comes over and I get in and ride it across. When suddenly it stops for a second, but starts up again. I make it across to the other side and continue. I enter the slightly ajar door, and I see hands coming out from the walls. What is this? I get to the end of the hallway and I hear a voice.
I see you there, my little errand boy. Your angel is always watching. What is it that keeps you going? Is it the thrill of the hunt? The thirst for your freedom? Or perhaps you're just looking for a little friendly wolf? Better hurry, errand boy. Boris is having trouble staying in one piece.
I climb to the top of the stairs and walk into the room where a gramophone is playing, and I hear another voice.
He always bites me. Oh no! I just want to go home. When do we go home? When do we go home?
I open the door in front of me and there's a group of them looking at me. I carefully walk through them and through to the other side. And grab the torch sitting in the vent and climb in. I crawl through and I can see a room. And as I get closer, the ink demon pops up staring at me. I keep moving through the vent until I find an exit. I can see a door with the storage sign and a set of stairs that lead up. I walk up the stairs to find a cassette player sitting on a table surrounded by drawings and a map.
For 40 years, I've built attractions that stagger the imagination. Colossal wonders, such as the world has never seen. I have earned my legacy with sweat. Right in front of everyone. High-level investors, Wall Street tycoons. The ever-tactless Joey Drew introduces me, the great Bertram Piedmont, as Bertie, like I was his child. You may be paying me, Mr. Drew, but you don't own me. I'll build you a park, bigger than anything you could ever possibly conceive. But before you go taking any bows, Mr. Drew, know that this grand achievement will belong to me, and to me alone.
I look around the room and find a can of soup and pull the lever. I head back down to the door and now the storage area is open. I walk inside and the lights turn on and Bendy's hurl lights up and I see an ink man sitting on top of a cage. I go down looking around, finding cans and a locked door. I see some carnival games, so I try my luck. I grab the hammer and I swing as hard as I can and ding ding, we have a winner.
Having fun. I'm sure Boris doesn't mind waiting for his rescue party.
I find a cassette player between the milk jugs and the shooting gallery games and listen.
These guys down at the warehouse get to play games all day while I'm stuck cleaning up after them. They keep locking themselves out of their own back room. So I says to them, look guys, I says, you're smart, right? Here's an idea. Why not make these games to knock open the door if you win? It'll be fun for you guys, and it saves me the trip down here every day. They went for it like a dog to pot roast. I tell ya, if these guys don't start realizing who the real genius is, I'm out of here.
I try my luck at both games. And after a few goes, I beat the milk jug game and I ace the shooting gallery.
Achievement unlocked. Achievement unlocked.
Beside the game is a room and inside some creepy Bendy dolls and a switch. I pull the switch and follow the power cable to a switchboard and the first switch is lit up. I pull number 1 and the locked door opens to the research and design area.
Looks like I've got some company up ahead.
Inside there are plenty of full and empty soup cans. I pick them up and there are creatures below. I throw an empty can of soup to distract them and quickly get into the room below. I grab the cans off the shelf and I see an ink person locked up crying in the corner. I go further in and pull the switch and listen to the tape.
Thing that works around here is my ulcer. Half these people don't know a wrench from a dang steamroller. Bunch of morons is what they are. Spend their day in the warehouse arguing over who's supposed to be doing what or playing them silly games. Still, I'm not complaining. I give most of my time to myself. Suits me just fine. Only thing that bothers me is that mechanical demon in the corner. Bertram's been working on it for a month now. Says it'll walk someday, maybe dance. All it does now is give me the creeps. I swear, when my back's turned, that thing's moving.
After I go back out and distract the creatures again and go check the other side where I find a lever. I pull the lever and run to the exit while throwing cans to distract them. I make it back up to the top and back to the switchboard where I pull the second switch. I follow the cable on the floor that leads into a hallway. Once inside, the door shuts behind me and there's no going back. I find cans of soup lying about, and as I enter the main room, I see a carnival ride in the center. I play the tape on the bench and walk around looking at all the stuff lying about.
The biggest park ever built. A centerfold of attractions. Each one more grand than the one before it. It makes my eyes come to tears at the thought. But then, oh, Mr. Drew, for all your talk of dreams, you are the true architect behind so many nightmares. I built this park. It was to be a masterpiece. My masterpiece. And now you think you can just throw me out? Trample me to the dust and forget me? No! This is my park. My glory. You may think I'm gone, but I'm still here.
The lights on the machine start to glow and the ride starts to come alive, and I see a face in the center. It spins around violently and then crashes into the bench, exposing an axe. I pick up the axe, but how do I stop this thing? I see bolts on their arms and I think I can break them. When the machine stops, I go over and hit one and it works. I wait for the machine to stop again, and somehow I get caught inside one of the carts and go for a ride.
Unlocked.
And then I get ejected from the cart. I keep breaking the bolts off of the arms of the ride until there are no arms left. The machine spins, speeding up, and I'm hiding behind the crate protecting myself. And then it stops, and the center closes up. A door behind me opens, and there's a switch inside. I pull the switch and go back to the switchboard to pull the third one, and again, I follow the cable that leads me into the maintenance room. I walk in and around the hallway until I see stairs that lead below to a floor of ink and a light from a projectionist. I back up not to be seen, but it knows I'm here. I hide in the little miracle station. I wait for it to leave and go down. I stay out of its sight this time, hiding behind the train, and I find a lever. But suddenly I'm spotted. I run around the trains trying to get away, and somehow I manage to press play on the tape as I run past. I find stairs to run up, but it's still chasing me. I find a switch up here and I pull it. The lights turn off, but only for a second. I hide behind a cutout, and a camera takes my photo.
Achievement unlocked.
I don't see the projectionist anymore, so I think it's safe. I go back down the stairs and head back up the main stairs. When I hear it, I run to the miracle box hoping for a miracle. I hold my breath and wait. The ink demon appears, and without knowing, it saves my life. I wait for it to leave, and I go back down to look around to see if I've missed anything. And I find a selector wheel in a storage box. After, I go back to the switchboard and pull the last one.
Achievement unlocked.
main doors open and some roller coaster carts are here. I find a soup can in one of them wedged under the seat, and I jump into the first cart and take a ride.
And now, the ride truly begins, Henry. Come in and pretend it's all just a bad dream. It's a funny thing, how so much can fall apart so fast. We never really had control at the studio. Either you were in someone's pocket, or you were putting someone into yours. I just wanted what was promised to me. I just wanted to be beautiful. Surely you can understand that. Henry, why are you here? We're all dying to find out. Do you just enjoy the terror of the drop into hell? Because if that's the case, hang on tight. I've got a surprise.
Boris! Oh no, what has she done to you?
Achievement
The new
unlocked.
and improved Boris. I took what I wanted, and in return, I gave him so
Achievement
much
unlocked.
more. And this time, there's no ink demon, no escape. Boris, tear him apart. Leave nothing.
As Boris chases me around, I find a dispenser and a thick ink on the ground while dodging Boris. I place the ink in the machine and get a plunger. I wait for Boris to catch his breath before hitting him. I keep running away, and as he gets tired, he spits out an ink blob. I use it again to grab a plunger and hit him when he's tired. I dodge the carts he starts throwing at me, and I strike him one last time.
Achievement unlocked.
Why can't you ever just die?
know that song.
Everyone knows that song. Who are you? Why are you here?
I was invited by an old friend. And now I can't leave.
Then you know more than we do. 1 minute, we don't even exist. Just thoughts. And the next minute, this place.
Are you gonna let me out of here?
Down here, strangers aren't good things. How can we trust you? We don't even know what you are.
My name is Henry. I used to work here.
I honestly don't know my name. So, they call me Alice. But I'm no angel. You go back and rest. We'll talk again later. It's only for a few hours. No need to worry. I won't go far. Only up to level 6. Just stay here. Keep an eye on Henry, okay? I'll be back as soon as I can. I promise. Henry? Here, you must be hungry. Sorry, it's all we have. I know you're watching me. It's just a little creepy.
You're the one that writes on the walls.
We all do. For some poor souls down here, it's the only way they can be heard. But you don't want to touch the ink for too long. It can claim you, pull you back. That's how I met Tom. I was messing with things I shouldn't have been, and he was there.
Why do you call him Tom?
He just seems to respond to it.
Well, I don't think he's very fond of me.
Let me show you something. A while back, I was mapping out one of the upper levels when I noticed something reflecting off a piece of glass. I held up the glass, looked through, and on the wall behind me was a hidden message. Right there, in plain sight. So I kept looking, and found more and more messages everywhere in the studio. But you can't see them with your eyes. Only through this. Take a look. I don't know who's leaving them, but I think they know how to get out of here.
Where does it all lead to?
Nowhere. I followed them for a long time. Just leads me in circles. I don't think I meant to leave this place, Henry. But maybe you are.
Alice, please let me out of here.
Tom thinks you're dangerous.
And what do you think?
I think you're the hope I've been waiting for. Go to sleep. Maybe tomorrow will be better. That was really stupid, Tom. You shouldn't have gone out there. Now that he's seen you, it's only a matter of time before he finds us here. We can't just leave him. Not with the ink demon right outside the door.
What's going on?
He's coming. We have to move on. Tom, we have to let him out.
I look on the walls to see any hidden messages, and it's covered in writing. I try taking the spoon, and the secret compartment opens. But it's just a toilet. I pull out the viewfinder again, and there's an arrow pointing to the top of the lid. I open the top, and there's a pipe lodged inside. I pick up the pipe and break through the timber slats, and I'm out. I grab the soup off the shelf and look around the room before leaving. I walk through the caves, killing the ink monster that appears from a pool of ink on the floor, and continue down the tunnels until I reach a barge. I pull the lever, and the barge lowers into the inky waters. I jump onto the barge and start moving through the tunnel. As I'm about to remove the thick ink from the paddle wheel, I see a massive arm raise out of the ink. I quickly remove the ink and get moving. As I make it further down the tunnel, the paddle wheel clogs up again with ink. I remove it again, and I see the hand is chasing me. I get back to the switch and full throttle it, hoping that it doesn't catch up. But again it clogs up. I keep unclogging it until I make it to some sort of shanty town. I quickly dock the boat and jump out, and I don't see the hand. I walk over to the blocked doorway when someone breaks through it, and they're trying to kill me with an axe. We get into an intense battle. But he gives up and runs away from me.
Don't look at me. Stay away.
I go to him when...
You lied to me. You said I'd be free. Well, I'm going to free you now. Free your head right off your shoulders. Sheep, sheep, sheep. It's time for sleep.
Thank God, that was lucky.
That was close. You're lucky we were in the neighborhood.
The place starts to rumble. What was that?
Was that him?
I don't think so. The Searchers and the Lost Ones built this place. Sammy must have been keeping them at bay, now that he's gone. Looks like we're in for a fight. Get ready. Watch out! Here they come!
More ink monsters appear, and we fight together, eliminating them all.
Go back to your puddles!
Achievement unlocked.
You can do this! Keep fighting! I think that's all of them.
Achievement unlocked.
You never know where they're gonna crawl out of next. Probably best if we stay together from now on. Henry? Think you can lead the way?
I lead the way through the blocked area, but as I walk over the planks they break and I fall, landing into a pool of ink below. I quickly get out and I've landed next to the administration and film vault. I look into the film vault to see some pipes missing.
Now that's interesting.
And a cassette tape sitting on a chair. It looks like those pipes can drain the film room filled full of ink. I go back outside to see the dispenser filled with pipe parts, but I'm gonna need some thick ink. I check inside the office and there's a switch. I pull the switch and it opens the shutter to the administration area.
Always on time.
And I can see one of those ink creatures patrolling inside. I jump inside and head left, opening doors trying to find some thick ink. I see one creature in the hallway, so I jump inside one of the rooms and wait for it to pass. I continue down and jump into another room with a light flashing and wait inside. I look out the window and lucky me, I see another one walk past. Once it's gone, I leave the room and find a fountain with thick ink and an office. I'll come back and look inside later. I continue down the hallway and round back to the entrance, barely making it out before being seen. I place the ink in the machine and get a pipe piece. Then the floor and walls cover with ink. It's the ink demon, and run and hide in the miracle station and wait. But he doesn't appear. I go to the missing pipes and place it in. Just another 2 to go. I make the trip twice more and get the pipes and place them in.
Achievement unlocked.
I decide to go back into the administration area to see if I've missed anything and go into Joey's office. I find a tape in one of the rooms and some soup in a room outside Joey's office.
A small memo to all administration offices. Rumors have begun to fly that we simply can't tolerate any longer. The idea that the company is in some form of financial difficulty is untrue, and a slanderous lie against it. It's also been known to me that some backroom incompetents are not trusting in my leadership. As a leader, I'm always steering the boat, guiding our destiny, looking at the big picture. No need for you people to worry about such complicated things. Just do whatever it is you do and trust your leader, which is me.
I enter Joey's office and play the tape.
I know how much this part means to you, Susie. Alice means a lot to me, too. Gosh, all of my characters do. In fact, I'll let you in on a little secret. I, too, really believe my characters are more than just drawings. They're alive. They're part of us. And I want people to know them as well as I do. I want people to be able to shake their hand, spend an afternoon with them, love them. Susie, I'll be straight. I'm putting together a small project, a little ceremony. If it works, a lot of
As I'm leaving, I find another tape inside another room.
So it turns out it's my lucky day. I got to clean in some of the offices around 2 a.m. last night. And what do you think I find on one of the chairs? A big freaking chocolate cake, just sitting there, practically yelling my name. You know, I work hard. I earn my pay, every darn dollar. But you know what this company's missing? Little benefit and perks. And this here cake, it's a perk. Hopefully no one finds out what I've done. Because if they did, I can tell you what would happen. I'm out of here.
Achievement unlocked.
And a hidden man behind the wall, right where the flickering light was.
What the heck is this?
Achievement unlocked. Achievement unlocked.
I finally get back to the film vault door and enter through, seeing a heavy door unhinged.
Unlocked.
I take a look inside to find a radio in a closed box.
Achievement unlocked.
And some film with some ink inside.
Looks like whatever was here was taken long ago.
Achievement unlocked.
It pays to carry a rope. You should try it.
Look, I know where we have to go, but it's not going to be pleasant. The Ink Demon has something that we need. I'm going after him.
You want to go to his lair? Are you crazy? That's death.
That's where the trail seems to lead.
Well, it's probably close by. Probably through that door. But it won't be easy to open. I'll need 3 gears, a crowbar, some kind of counterbalance. Huh. Well, that works too. I guess.
I enter through the door, walking the hallways, when I see the Ink Demon.
Quiet. Don't make any noise.
We continue through and I come across a huge machine.
Wow. I've never seen this before. I don't see any way around. Nothing to build a raft with.
We'll have to wade across.
We can't. We're not like you, Henry. If we go in there, well, a drop of water in the ocean is rarely seen again.
And I guess it's all up to me. And I don't even know what I'm doing here. I don't even know why this is all happening to me.
You're here for a reason, Henry. There's always a reason. Even when you can't understand it. It's time. Set us free.
I walk across the ink pool, and inside the machine, I pull the lever to open the locked door. Inside, I see a throne with a tape next to it.
It's simply awe-inspiring what one can accomplish with their own hands. A lump of clay can turn to meaning if you strangle it with enough enthusiasm. Look what we've built. We created life itself, Henry. Not just on a silver screen, but in the hearts of those we entertain with our fancy moving pictures. But when the tickets stopped selling, when the next big thing came along, only the monsters remained. Shadows of the past. But you can save them, Henry. You can peel it all away. You see, there's only one thing Bendy has never known. He was there for his beginning, but he's never seen the end.
The end.
I get up after getting hit through the wall, and now this Bendy beast is on a rampage. I find a lever and pull it while I'm trying not to get hit by him, but there must be more. I search around while avoiding the beast, and after pulling the last lever, I find the way out. And it leads me into a room with 4 clear pipes in the corners of the room. I walk to the panel and turn the valve, and the pipes fill full of ink, and the beast appears and charges at me. I hide behind the pipe and it charges right into it, breaking it. I get it to charge into the other 3 pipes, breaking them all, and everything goes dark. I see the light behind the door that slowly opens, and I run inside back to the throne. I place the reel in the player, and the beast watches the ending, destroying him.
Henry! So soon. I didn't expect you for another hour yet. Now you're just trying to impress me. But I know. You have questions. You always do. The only important question is this. Who are we, Henry? I thought I knew who I was. But the success starved me. Nothing left but lines on a page. In the end, we followed 2 different roads of our own making. You, a lovely family. Me, a crooked empire. And my road burned. I let our creations become my life. The truth is, you were always so good at pushing, old friend. Pushing me to do the right thing. You should have pushed a little harder. Henry, come visit the old workshop. There's something I need to show you.
All right, Joey.
Achievement
I'm
unlocked.
Here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
Tell me another one, Uncle Joey.
Now that we've finished the game, we have a couple achievements to get. First is we're going to go back to chapter 3 in the chapter select, and this time we're going to go take the angel way instead of the demon way. There we will collect another tape and beat chapter 3 for another achievement for taking the angel path.
Achievement unlocked.
But I walked into the recording booth today. Sammy was there with that Allison. Apparently, I didn't get the memo.
Achievement
Alice Angel
unlocked.
will now be voiced by Miss Allison Pendle. A part of me died when he said that. There's gotta be a way to fix this.
Achievement unlocked.
Now to chapter 5, where we fought all the ink creatures. We need to kill as many as we can as quick as we can without dying to get the aggression achievement.
I think that's all of them.
Achievement
You
unlocked.
never know where they're gonna crawl out of next.
Next is to collect all the soup cans in the game. Apparently I missed one in chapter 5, but looking back I got them all, so I don't know what happened there. But I go back and get all the cans again, and that gives me the soup achievement for chapter 5 and all the soup collected in the game.
Achievement unlocked. Achievement unlocked.
And lastly is the Stand Proud achievement. All we have to do is go into the archives in the chapter select and just stand where our plaque is.
Achievement unlocked. Congratulations, 100% complete. You've unlocked all achievements.